The joy.
It's almost like Lieutenant Dan when he was in the middle of that storm. Yeah. You cannot sink this boat, right? Like, you feel me? Like, that's how you feel when you start conquering obstacles and you start doing things, you start moving.
I like that.
Kind of feel like that, right?
I like that, man. You cannot sink this boat.
Remember that scene?
Yeah, but no, that's... Sometimes it's about more than manifesting. You got to do the work. Back again.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Keep It Uplifting podcast, where we discuss lifestyle, fitness, and motivation. I'm your host, Uplifting, and I have with me the man, the myth, the legend that's in front of the camera now. Talk to him.
What's up? Remember Martin? Yeah. I'm in front of the camera now, man. We doing things a little bit different. You know,
man.
We always gotta switch it up, man. Right?
Yeah.
We always gotta grow, man. We always gotta keep it going.
Yeah, man.
Keep it grinding.
Growth is the keep going.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Growth is the ultimate separator. You know what I mean?
Speak on it.
Yeah. No, we was obviously sitting around. We was, I saw Secret to Success by E.T. earlier, and they were talking about process, and E.T. had mentioned a quote, and just a part of the quote, he was saying that growth is the key separator between
successful and non-successful people.
Yeah. So, and I thought we would just talk about it, man, because we've been through. I mean, look at the studio now, right? Like, we've been through. This is like our 5th studio change. We started with one camera.
Go back to episode 1.
Yeah,
check us out. Right?
Yeah, we didn't even have anything on the wall.
So
we had a bike in here.
This is the right show to talk about growth, man.
Yeah. We had a bike in here.
We tried a lot of things, right?
Yeah, we and still figuring it out.
Of course.
Like, that's why I like the process aspect of what he was talking about, because he was like, everybody focuses on the sunset. You know what I mean? Like, you done made it to this pinnacle of your career, and you're at a point where everything changes. There's no more struggle. Like, you're just in a beautiful place. He said 10,000 miles, but I just think about it as a certain number. Like, a lot of us put a certain number on when we're going to arrive.
I want to be a millionaire.
Right. Or, 6 figures, or,
right.
just regular marks, or a house and kids and wife. And that seems like all your problems are just going to go away at that point.
We're going to live happily ever after.
Right. And there is no happily ever after. I believe, I'm reading a book by Mark Manson. He said that your problems only get bigger and better. And I found that to be profound, because if you are enjoying the process, you don't focus on those problems. Right. You're just in the process. I was watching The Shop, and LeBron's host on there was talking about how LeBron is just in love with the process. Yeah. That's how it's allowed him to go this long. I mean, we're on episode 106 of the Keep It Uplifting podcast.
Yeah, I think when you enjoy the process, it comes a time where you kind of look forward to conquering obstacles, right?
Like, what's next?
Like, I just beat that.
Like, that is the joy.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's the joy.
It's almost like Lieutenant Dan when he was in the middle of that storm. Yeah. You cannot sink this boat, right? Like, you feel me? Like, that's how you feel when you start conquering obstacles and you start doing things, you start moving.
I like that.
Kind of feel like that, right?
I like that, man. You cannot sink this boat.
Remember that scene?
Yeah. But no, that's powerful, bro. Like, you can put all the water in it. There could be holes, leaks in the hull of the ship.
Yeah.
You could blow a hole here and there, but like, it's not going to affect where we're going, what the destination is, and we're never going to sink.
Right.
That's crazy.
We're conquering all the obstacles. Right.
Yeah,
that's
man. We've been through a lot. Like, we've had, we don't just do this podcast. We do a couple of podcasts, and we've had host changes. We've had we've had system malfunctions. We've had lighting issues, right?
Software issues.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
And it was, and the thing about us is we're consistently figuring out what's next. Like, we're like, okay, this problem came in. How do we reserve it? How do we fix this? How do we resolve it? Who do we reach out to this time? Because now we've been in it so long that resources are starting to find us. And I think that's what, or the resources are starting to become readily available for us that were already at, arm's reach before.
Yeah. Because when people see you moving, they're kind of willing to They're kind of willing to lend their hand, man.
Yeah. Like do the work so I can come and help you out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like Tim Ferriss, I was reading Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson or Branson, whatever, and he was talking about how Tim Ferriss won't even come on your podcast unless you have 100 episodes.
Oh,
and
right.
he's one of the gurus of this self-help movement, with the 4-hour work week and the 4-hour chef, and even the book here, we don't have it here, but the Tools of Titans. He's written a lot of books about how to improve your life, how to work in a certain amount of time and things like that, but he won't even take his time to come on your podcast until you've done 100 episodes.
So you put in the work.
Like, how serious are you?
Yeah, prove to me I'm not wasting my time.
Exactly, and that's just the thing that I really liked about it was I remember like the challenges that we had here, but I remember the challenges in my life that prepared me for what we're doing here. I remember being evicted. Like that was a challenge that. When that happened, I said, this can never happen again.
Right.
And it was crazy because during COVID, I had, some legal issues that I ran into that almost put me in the same situation.
Right.
And I was like, I've seen this before. I know what to do. But if I would have never went through it before, I may have been without a home, and I know about being homeless, sleeping in your car or hopping house to house. So it's like when we get into situations with this, I know how to figure out like, all right, well, this is what I'm gonna do to get these resources.
Right.
This is how I'm gonna buckle down so that we don't fail here.
Right. So you grew.
Yeah, man. ultimately, but if you're not working, which is the process, you're never gonna grow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm talking about process so much, because there's no growth without steps.
Okay.
Right? You can't run until you walk. Right? You can't walk until you crawl. You know what I mean? Like some people don't, like you don't just come out the womb crawling.
No.
Like everything is a process for you to grow to the next level. And, sometimes you meet challenges that are devastating when you think everything is all good. Like you run into the worst. It's like, this is the worst time for this to happen.
Don't we know that?
Yeah. Like we're here, we arrived. And, E.T. talked about that, and he said the highest, when you reach your highest highs is when your guard falls. And that's when you really actually achieve growth, is the day after, the moments after that. Because I can remember, reaching a certain mark financially in my job career, and I got complacent, and then I had some crazy thing happen at work where I was like, I thought I was doing a great job. Right? But it's like I got relaxed and I let my guard down, so I had to step my game up. Right. It's like when you reach certain milestones in a relationship, like you got to continue to build your relationship with your lady, because you think you're doing everything right. You going to work, you coming home.
Sometimes you get meticulous.
Right.
You just follow.
Follow
routine.
Same routine, and she's severely unhappy, but you don't know it.
You don't even see it.
Yeah, man. So I just think that you have to really understand that your focus has to be on the process and not the end result,
Most definitely. Because, at what he was saying, there really is no end result.
No.
That's what he was talking about first.
Yeah.
He was talking about, like, I'm 51 years old and I'm still grinding like I'm 19.
Right.
I always thought that once I reach here,
right,
I could lay back and chill.
But that's so relatable, though. Like,
that's what...
Like, I can't lie to you, I thought that I would be a certain place at 30.
Yeah, of course.
And I thought I'd be coasting right now.
You know what's funny? Not that, and I'm changing the subject a little, just slightly, right? Because I was talking to somebody that's going to be on our other podcast too, and you know what we were talking about? We were talking about how all of us human beings, or I think it's just Americans, honestly, we race this invisible clock, right? And that clock puts a lot of stress on us. Yeah. It puts unnecessary stress on us that isn't even real. Right. Because we talk, I mean, a lot of people do, I need to be married by this. I got to graduate college by this. Yeah. I got to get a house by this. Yeah. I have to be a millionaire by here. Right. I got to have this job by this. Right. Like, who are these parameters for? And like, they're like, it's almost like worldly parameters that are made by this person that doesn't exist. Right. We need to create the goals that's achievable for us, that's attainable for us, or that's relatable to our lives. Mm-hmm. You understand? But a lot of us face these figment or fragmented goals that make us feel unsuccessful when we're really not. As long as you're getting better every day, that's progress, right?
Yeah, man. If you're not working, but the problem is if you're not working towards something, you feel like you're not heading in the right direction. Right. And that forever dangling carrot kind of keeps some people going. Okay. Yeah. But I think if you once you start reaching milestones that maybe you thought you never would hit, that's when you get that, that sadness or depression because you're like, I still gotta get it. Yeah. Right. And for real, for the true people who are, intentional about what they're doing and growing, you have to keep grinding. Yeah.
Because that's what E.T. was saying. Yeah. He was like, yo, I'm living my dream. Right. He's like, as far as my marriage, as far as my financial situation. Yeah. He's like, but I'm still bouncing here to here. I'm still hustling. I'm still grinding because he loves it.
Right. And he's saying I'm probably working harder than I was working when he started. Yeah, man.
But he loves the journey. He's at his dream. But he's still going.
And that's what separates people, I feel, right? Like, that is why growth is the biggest separator, because you do get to where you're going, but you never stop going and going and going and grinding and hustling and seeking more obstacles. And that's really what life is, though.
It is, man. I think we talked about it on this pod before because Snoop had said it. Yeah. He's like, you're going to leave some people behind.
Right. Yeah, they can't go. They can't go. I mean, they honestly are like they're extra weight on your body is gonna fall off. Yeah. Like once you start building muscle, you're gonna burn fat. Right. And once you start building yourself up and personally building yourself up, like personal growth is the biggest indicator and the biggest separator. Right. And let's not forget that. Like, you have to continuously be working on yourself, building yourself, growing yourself. Like, there's so many branches that can come from you that it's unlimited growth. Yeah, and everybody's going to benefit that. So, as the world turns, man, you gotta turn with it. You gotta grow with it, and you gotta keep going, keep grinding, and keep it uplifting.
Make sure to like, comment, share, and most importantly, keep it uplifting.
Take it up, listen.